Hi and welcome back to our channel, where we recap your favorite video games for you. Today we will be recapping a superhero action game called Marvel's Midnight Suns. So without further ado, let's begin. The story begins in a scary night, as there is an evil darkness and a thunderstorm. Crossbones comes out of a helicopter and enters a place that holds the appearance of a temple. Meanwhile, we see some kind of ritual going on around a strange-looking coffin within that temple. A man having the appearance of a doctor is chanting some kind of spell. It seems like he is trying to wake Lilith. After making some more efforts, finally a green illuminating light appears and Lilith finally awakes from a deep sleep. With her waking up, she immediately takes the life of a girl standing beside her coffin, hinting how it's just all the beginning. The time lapse happens, and after a few months we see Johnny Blaze, who is an original Ghost Rider, in a desert, followed by Doctor Strange and Iron Man reaching out to meet him. They welcome the Ghost Rider and tell him it's called a sanctum, and here their fate is determined by the Sorcerers Supreme. But this thing annoyed Ghost Rider, and Iron Man is also astonished at his behavior, as he cannot believe that Johnny Blaze is the secret guardian, and to meet him he has almost traveled 500 miles. But Doctor Strange interrupted them and tells Johnny that they need him as the fabric of magic is shifting. He also mentions how the ancient prophecy of the Midnight Sun is almost upon them. They need to work together so that they can face the upcoming dangers. But Johnny is concerned, as the last time when he helped them in Crusade, it costs him a lot, so he does not want to get involved this time. Iron Man also tries to convince him by saying how the equations are changing quite fast in this world, as 2 plus 2 is not equal to 4. That's the reason they all must unite now. However, he still seems not convinced, but then suddenly he shoots with his gun and kills one of their attackers and corrects them by saying that their enemies are already here, so they have no choice left but to fight. After all this, Johnny left and Doctor Strange and Iron Man comes back to their control room, where they meet with Scarlet Witch, who is Doctor Strange's new apprentice. While they are talking, Captain Marvel also reaches there, but as they are trying to figure out the solution to the danger universe is facing, knowing they are attacked by enemies can utilize a portal. As they get prepared to fight, Lilith appears, renouncing herself as Mother of Demons and Harbinger of the Midnight Sun prophecy. They all try to attack Lilith, but their powers are nothing in front of her. However, surprisingly, Scarlet manages to strike her with great power. Lilith herself seems impressed by her and acknowledges her as the remembrance of her beloved version. As Lilith left, Doctor Strange tells everyone that the prophecy is already in motion and Lilith is out there getting stronger day by day. After considering the situation, Doctor Strange decides to go to a place where Scarlet denies to go. Doctor Strange tries his best to tell her that one day they all have to face their demons, but she seems to be scared of the unknown. So, Doctor Strange decides that they will leave her behind and as the protector of this place, while the rest of them travel through a portal to reach a place named Abbey. It's the home of Midnight Sun. They all are astonished to see each other and get ready to fight, when Caretaker, the last blood of Immortal, interrupted them. Doctor Strange apologizes to her and explains how he always wanted to avoid this moment, but he cannot do anything as Lilith is out there. The Caretaker responds that she knows everything, as she is her sister after all. Then, they both enter a temple-looking place with a coffin in it. Caretaker responds to Steven's question about a weapon against Lilith, followed by the answer how she raised her only child Hunter as a weapon against her powers. Steven, with his wizard power, opens the coffin of Hunter, but suddenly his neck collar begins to crack. They all try to awaken him without any harm, but Hunter seems to be too weak. As Hunter gets a little bit conscious back, he asks Sarah about his mother and then faints back. They all wait beside his coffin until he wakes up, especially Sarah, who appears too eager for his awakening, but it takes him too long to get his consciousness back. Hunter steps out of his coffin, thinking how he is alone in this place just like in his empty dreams, but then Blade appears in front of him. Initially, Hunter seems very much offended by his presence, but Blade tells him that the Caretaker, Sarah, has sent him to take care of him. Hunter asks him how he knows about him, to which he answered how Caretaker tells them the story of the legendary Hunter, the child of Lilith and the last champion of the blood. He also tells him that some people call him Angel while others may call him Demon, but there are others who call him both. However, Hunter does not care about and focuses on how they should start their work, as he can feel that prophecy is already in motion and they already have wasted a lot of time. But Blade tells him that he should meet with his fan club first. So he went to meet them. Nico gets really excited seeing him, but Hunter reminds her of a witch who calls him from his grave. He also meets with Reyes and Elena, who tell him the Caretaker always tells them about his stories. After a while, Hunter seems to understand all of this as Sarah reforms the Midnight Sun. He feels the power brewing inside them. After a warm welcome, Nico takes Hunter and gives him a whole visit to the place. She feels excited to tell him about them and the castle in which they are raised. Then meets with Sarah. He seems surprised as she looks too old, so he asked about the period for which he was in that crypt. Sarah tells him that he was there for a few centuries and she missed him a lot. Hunter remembers that before he went to sleep Lilith was defeated by his hands, but Sarah tells him that now she is out again and they all need his help to make her fall. After their conversation, they decided to have a look at what's going on around them. Steven tried to cast the image of the universe but fails at this point. Hence, Sarah interferes and casts the image. Caretaker calls it the all-seeing eye of a Rashkingle who judges bound to enchanted Babylonian soul glass, while the rest of them calls it a mirror table. In this, they saw Wanda who is in trouble, but according to Caretaker, Wanda brought this trouble on her own self. So Caretaker asked Elena to open up the passage through which Hunter, Steven, Blade, and Elena herself passes out to help Wanda. But as they step in, Hunter starts feeling dark energy all around. However, they decide to move further and reach Manhattan. For Hunter, this place appears weird, but they still continue to go for their task. As they reach wards, Steven is happy to see it still in security. While they are looking at it, they saw a vehicle coming towards them from which a Hydra officer came out. Hunter fights with bravery and kills all Hydra, who calls Lilith a mother before dying. On the other side, Scarlet is attacked by Lilith, who takes the wards from her. As Hunter tries to help, Venom attacks him, but he is saved by Spider-Man in the meantime. All this shows that Lilith is getting stronger day by day and they need to do something to stop her. As they came back, Sarah greets them for winning against their enemies for a while. But for upcoming threats, she suggests using Dragon Fire. However, Hunter is reluctant to use it as it caused a huge loss the last time when they used it. They finally decide to take a rest for a while and to ponder about this later. Hunter goes to his room to take rest for a while, but as he fell to asleep he see a dream. In this dream, he see Lilith calling him toward her. As he wakes up, Sarah is there for him and tells him how much Charlie and she missed him during these hundreds of years. She motivated him to fight against evil, but for this, he needs to tame his inner soul. Hunter gets up after she left and moved to Steven's lab, where they are trying to figure out the Sumerian fire demon. They finally make it and form an armor for Hunter which can protect him against the venom. As Hunter tries it on, he feels stronger and feels that now he is ready to go on other missions. Now Hunter, along with Blade and others, leave to keep a check on Dr. Faustus, who is the smartest. Blade tells Hunter that he is the madman behind the Hydra, but due to Hunter's connection with Lilith, he tells Blade that he is also behind Lilith's power and the magic came from the source just in front of him. As they are looking at him, Doctor activates the gamma and magic which causes huge destruction, so they promptly attack to stop him. They finally defeat him and gather his thing so that they can understand its purpose. They took it back to Abby. They all seem to be relaxed for a while and take some rest. The next day they try to find out Spider-Man and Venom, but even with all their powers they are unable to do this. Caretaker also cannot be able to find this 5th level demon. But finally, Nico and Elena tell them that they are moving so fast, which is why their surveillance cameras cannot find them. However, they are live on the net and it shows how they are somewhere in Madison. They quickly reach out to them and tries to help Spider-Man. Hunter helps him to fight against the Venom demon, but due to this fight, Spider-Man gets deprived of energy, so he takes him to Abby where others help him. With them recovering, others in the lab find out some kind of strange gamma radiation emission. They are also unable to reach Dr. Banner. Dr. Faustus seems to be involved in all of this. Soon they reach the spot of gamma radiation. They seem to be correct in their opinion, as he has the source for Lilith. They attack him and destroys the source. However, as they ended all this, Crossbones reaches there. He is from the Black Ops of the Hydra's army. With his help, they get success in escaping from the spot. However, Hunter is wise enough to get a clue from Dr. Faustus' remains. They take it back to Abby so that it might help them in fighting against Lilith. As they are leaving, Hunter is attacked by Sabretooth. However, luckily Wolverine reaches there for his help. They all together defeats him. As they come back to their home, Sarah explains to Hunter that he should learn about the post-atomic world and mutants. All this is new for him as many things has changed when he was in deep sleep. As time passes by, they get more knowledge about the evolving things in science. Soon Hunter, Nico, and Ileana reach a mission spot where they meet with Wanda in a different form. She is so transformed that they cannot bring her back as she belongs to Lilith now. Wanda even cannot recognize them, so she attacked them. Hunter tries to explain to Nico that she is not their Wanda now. Death is her only chance to get rid of all of this. They manage to get escape from there, but Wanda follows them as she tries to kill them. Sarah reaches the spot and saved all of them. As they reach back to Abby's lab, they get to know that there is something strange going on at the shipping facility. As they keep an eye on it, they understand that this might be something very important for Lilith because they bring the whole army to protect it. On the other side, due to continuous fights, Hunter faces troubles due to his collar link with his mother. So with the help of science and little magic, his friends form armor for him. It will certainly protect him and his collar from further damage. Meanwhile, Lilith attacks at Sanctum, so Hunter along with Spider-Man and Doctor Strange reaches there to save the place. But Lilith is much stronger than their imagination. They have an into and fight, but she escapes from there and also destroys the Sanctum. Before leaving, she awakes Kathon. As they reach back, Caretaker elaborates to them that Sanctum works just like ozone layers to protect the Earth. As the Sanctum is destroyed, more holes open up and they will give the passage for the demons to come into this world. By their coming, this world will not remain a place to live in peace. Now, according to elders, they need a secret guardian, Johnny Blaze. So they decide to take him back. They all pass through many dangers to convince him, but finally, he agrees. Johnny tries to leave Hunter with Limbo, but he manages to escape. However, Titans start getting a rise, which is a clear sign of Kathon coming. Soon they came across Lilith face to face, and as they are about to get defeated, Scarlet Witch appears to save them. She denies taking Lilith's path and joins back his friends. This adds a lot more power to their group. As they reach back, Bruce is also present there. He is ashamed of what he did, but he wants to join them back. In others' opinion, he can provide them with a lot of information that will help them in defeating Lilith. For the final battle, they go to the place which always appears in Hunter's dreams. There they fight with Lilith, who removes the Hunter collar. She urges him to pick up the weapon, but Hunter chooses his path by killing his evil mother. However, as Kathon appears for sacrifice, Hunter with the help of others destroys him. During all this, Hunter reunites with his unchanged mother who helped him and others. She uses all her power to defeat Kathon, which results in her reunion with her only son. Now they both are together and they will face the upcoming things together. The game ends here. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, then please consider liking our video and subscribing to our channel. We will see you in the next one.